Hello, guys. This is your boy Kofi Oheme. I'm coming to you today to make Bears versus Jaguars prediction, and I hope you guys had a good holiday this past yesterday. I had a good Christmas. I was just watching the Brooklyn Nets versus the Boston Celtics, and yeah, Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. Those guys are something. But other than that, I hope you guys had a good holiday. I had a good holiday too. And so let's just get into this video. All right. Today we're going to be doing a Bears versus predictions video. So the way I'm going to start this video is that I'm just going to be going over both teams right now. So right now I'm going to go over the Bears right now. So these past 3 games, the Bears have been averaging over uh sorry. The Bears have been averaging over 30 points per game. Mitchell Trubisky. These past 4 games, he's had 8 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, and he has a pass rating over 90. He's been playing really great these past couple games, these past 4 games, and so I expect him to keep this momentum going. And David Montgomery too. Um, he's been playing well. This past game, he had over 146 yards and 2 TDs. And this past month, he's had over 571 all purpose yards. He's been playing as one of the best running backs this past month. And, it all starts up front with this offensive line. The way Bill Lazor has been drawing up these plays to help Trubisky play to his strengths. And what Matt Nagy was doing these past, 10 games? Like it took him this long to give up this play calling. And you see what Trubisky's doing. He's getting more comfortable. He's becoming more confident in his throws. He knows when to run the ball, when he's supposed to run the ball. And you just see an overall confident quarterback. Like you see what a franchise quarterback is supposed to be um, in the league. And so yeah, I just hope Trubisky is able to keep up this production. If we do go to the playoffs, I hope he keeps up with this production, because when you get to the playoffs, that's when things get real serious. All chips are on the table. All bets are off. And what else? And also the defense. The defense has been playing terribly. They haven't been playing up to their strengths. And so I just hope that they do play well like they did in that Houston Texans game when they limited Deshaun Watson and team to 300 yards to only 7 points. So I hope they keep up this production. I hope they have the same production as that at that game. I know this past game against Minnesota, they gave up over 400 yards, and I just hope that the Chicago Bears, they're able to stop them. And so we're gonna go on to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Today they're about to start Mike Glennon, and they just announced today they're gonna start Mike Glennon for Sunday. And so this is gonna be like a revenge game for a little bit of a revenge game for Chicago for paying them all that money. Ryan Pace paying them $45 million, which is an absolute waste of money. And yeah, Bears are just gonna be licking their chops this game, man. And I know what the Jets did to the Rams, and the Cincinnati Bengals did to the Pittsburgh Steelers, but the Bears, they have everything to play for. Like they're not gonna just be lackadaisical and just let the Jaguars just beat them like that. And the Jaguars, they're gonna tank. Like most of their starters are out. James Robinson, one of their best running backs on their team, he's out. He should have been a Pro Bowler in my opinion, because the way he's been playing and not having any talent up front in the offensive line, he's been very solid. And Gardner Minshew, he hasn't been playing too well. He's been not. He's been serviceable. I mean, last game he had 226 yards, 2 touchdowns, and I think he had a passer rating of over 80. So I mean, he played okay, but I mean, those were garbage time. That last game, Baltimore was just freaking eating him up all day. And I also expect the Bears to eat up Mike Glennon because Mike Glennon, he's a freaking statue, And so I'm gonna give you my three keys to the game for the Bears to defeat the Jacksonville Jaguars. My number one prediction is keep your foot on the gas pedal, score early, and don't look back. So I know, the Bears, they tend, to score early. With when they're facing certain opponents, they tend to score early, and when they get to a big lead, they tend to give it up. I remember 2 years ago when we faced the Green Bay Packers, right? We were up 20-0 in the first half. Like we were beating them down. And then when the second half comes, they don't make any type of adjustments. You let Green Bay start to score. You let Aaron Rodgers come back and beat you. We can't have that. We can't have that. You have to play a full 60 game minute. Keep your foot on the gas pedal. Keep your foot on their throats. Keep running the ball. Know when to throw the ball. Run bootleg. Run play action. Don't let this team breathe. Don't give them a sliver of hope. Don't give them a sliver of hope, because we're the monsters of the midway, we're supposed to scare our opponents. We're supposed to choke our opponents out and never ever let them get back up. You know, it's kind of like this saying. I think it was from this one boxer, right? He says, "Once I have my opponent corner, I never ever let him get out, because if I let my opponent have a sliver of hope, that's when he has me." And the Bears can't let their opponent have a sliver of hope. And so that's my number one prediction. Keep your foot on the gas pedal and never look back. Number two, feed David Montgomery the ball. I can't stress this enough, man. Keep giving David Montgomery the ball. David Montgomery has been playing out of his mind this past month, and you got to keep feeding him the ball. Keep giving David Montgomery the ball, because when you feed David Montgomery the ball, it opens up the passing game. It opens up more play action. It makes Trubisky's life more easier if you keep giving the ball to David Montgomery. I don't want to see Cordell Patterson splitting reps with David Montgomery, because he's not a running back. He's not that type of running back. Yeah, you might give him one or two carries here and there, but David Montgomery needs to have a majority of the carries in order to be successful against this team. I know that Jaguars, they have a really good run defense. I think their run defense is like fifth or sixth, if I'm not mistaken. So they have a really good run defense, but I don't care. I think David Montgomery, he showed that he's one of the best backs in the league, and I think he can run over this team. Like, I don't think this team would have a chance against him. So my number two is give and feed David Montgomery the ball. Third one is run Mitch Trubisky more. My third one is to run Mitch Trubisky more. So when I say run Trubisky more, is use his athleticism to his strengths. Allow him to, like I said, allow him to run more boot action. Allow him to do more rollouts, so he could fluster the defenses. If you're able to use more of Trubisky's athleticism, just like with my second prediction, with running David Montgomery, is going to open up the offense more, and it's going to make life more easier for him. You just can't allow him to stay in the pocket, because if you allow him to stay in the pocket, the defense is going to catch on to that, and they're going to pin their ears back, and they're going to keep sacking Trubisky, and it's going to be a long day for this Bears team, and I don't want that. If you allow this team to pressure Trubisky, when Trubisky is pressured most of the time, he plays like below average quarterback. But when you play to his strengths, he plays more like Steve Young. And you guys know with Steve Young, I compare Trubisky a little bit to Steve Young, because Steve Young, he used to do a lot of play action. He was very athletic. Steve Young was very athletic. He knew when to throw it to open receivers. He knew when to run the ball. And so when you start to play to more to Trubisky's strengths, he can really carve up a defense just like that. He can just carve up a defense. I've seen it multiple times. I've seen this past game against Minnesota. He's done it to Houston. He done it to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He done it to the Patriots. I'm like, Trubisky, if you play to his strengths, he can carve up a defense that easily. So, what is my final predictions for this game? Well, my final score is that the Bears will win 33-7. Yes, 33-7, because the Bears, they have a lot to play for, and the Jaguars, they're trying to play to the Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes. So they're going to be trying to get that number one seed. And what more can you ask for? You know, you have Mike Glennon starting. He's not that great of a quarterback. He's mediocre. I think he's worse than Gardner Minshew. And so I expect the defense to get at least 5 to 6 sacks. Khalil Mack has 2 sacks. And you throw in Bilal Nichols, he has 1 sack. I think Bilal Nichols continues that streak because that guy's been playing out of his mind. Bilal Nichols, he's underrated. Roquan Smith, I think he gets about 12, 13 tackles, maybe 1 interception, 1 sack. I think that Roquan, man, he was severely snubbed out of the Pro Bowl. The Pro Bowl is a joke, man. It's just a fan favorite game. No one really plays in the Pro Bowl. All that matters is really the All Pro. I think Roquan is going to be an All Pro. He's going to be an All Pro, no doubt about it. And yeah, I think Trubisky, I think he throws for like maybe 2 or 3 touchdowns. Yeah, 2 or 3 touchdowns. And then Montgomery, he rushes over 100 yards, maybe 110 yards, and he gets a touchdown. And yeah, guys, like I said, we cannot sleep on this team. We cannot sleep on any team because at the end of the day, Jacksonville Jaguars is an NFL team. These are professional players. And whether you guys like it or not, whether they're tanking or whether they're doing well, most of these guys, they're playing for a job. They're playing for contracts. And so we cannot take our foot off the gas pedal at all. So I expect us to blow out the Jacksonville Jaguars 33-7. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, I'll see you guys uh tomorrow after the game. And hopefully it will be a Bears win. It won't be a rant. And yeah, we also root for San Francisco 49ers to beat the Cardinals because if the Cardinals lose, we have the tiebreaker over them. And people are always saying that with Green Bay, I'm going to make a video about that too, that Green Bay we should be rooting for Green Bay. But in my opinion, I'm not going to root for Green Bay because I do not like Green Bay. I do not like I'm sorry, not Green Bay, the Green Gay Packers. That's what I call them, the Green Gay Packers, because I will never root for a team. I will never root for them to get the number one seed. I will never root for them to put themselves in the position to where they can win. I don't want them to rest their stars. I want to face all of their starters. So that shows what type of team that the Bears are. When you face the Green Bay Packers at full strength, when you face Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, and when you beat them, when you beat them convincingly, that's going to send a statement. And when you send a statement to the Green Bay Packers, that's going to put the whole NFC on notice that, yeah, we're not the team to play with. We are the Chicago Bears. We're not the team to play with. So, guys, don't root for Green Bay Packers. Root for the Seattle Seahawks to win because I do not want Green Bay to get the number one seed at all. I don't want Green Bay to get the number one seed. But yeah, guys, this is my video. This is your boy Kofi. And hope you guys have a great day. So peace out.